Good afternoon, students. I am Munshi Rasidul Islam, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, JIS College of Engineering. Now, today is the second class of kinematics and dynamics of machines. And first day we have just introductory part that I covered in the last classes. Now today we have concentrated about the classification of mechanism and the degree of freedom. That means the degree of freedom. That means if a body is moved with some axis of rotation, that means the axis is fixed and the body can move throughout the 360-degree angle. So that is basically considered as a point of view with respect to some axis of rotation. That means the three axes can be considered here, x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, and the mobility is mainly very important regarding this point. And suppose some mobility, that means one of the past concern of either in design or any type of analysis of the mechanism, which is actually the number of degree of freedom, and also called as the mobility of the device. That means the mobility of the mechanism is actually the number of input that can I given in such parameter, just like some pair of variables that must be controlled independently in order to bring that the device into a particular position. That means the ignoring the moment about certain cases where the mentioned in a particular direction or in some motion. And if suppose it is possible to determine that the mobility of the mechanism directly from to the number of link and the number of point that can be joined with respect to some different direction and different motion, when the motion can be controlled by the elements which is actually associated with the joint. So that is the degree of freedom fundamental. And now we have concentrated about the classifications of mechanism. According to the mobility, based on the mobility, the mechanism can be classified into main two terms. One is considering the DOF, that means degree of freedom of output only, the constraint motion and constraint mechanism and unconstrained mechanism. And considering the sum of the degree of freedom of input and output, that means in first cases when the output only considered, the mechanism can be classified into two terms. One is constraint mechanism, another is unconstrained mechanism. But when the input and output motions can also be considered, on that situation we can divide into two terms. First one is single degree of freedom and second one is multi-degree of freedom. Now in constraint mechanism, one independent output motions and output member is constrained to move in a particular manner only. That means suppose if I given a one input on a particular cases or particular figure where the bodies are in motion, but the output member is constrained to move in a particular manner only. Suppose some example of the constraint mechanism that are actually 4-bar mechanism, slider crank mechanism and 5-bar mechanism with 2 input. 5-bar mechanism with 2 input. Next, next, the unconstrained mechanism, that means output motion has no more has more than one DOF. That means where the degree of freedom is more than one, that type of mechanism, when I consider, and suppose some automobile differential during turning the vehicles on a curve, on that situation, the body can move more than the 1 degree of freedom, 2 degree of freedom. That is basically a multi-degree of freedom movement can also be happen on that situation. And in 5 bar mechanism with one input, that is another example of unconstrained mechanism. Now the single degree of freedom mechanism example, that is the sum of the input and output. Sum of the input and output of degree of freedom is 2. That means if I put input value and also a output value, we can get the 2 degree of freedom. And single degree of motion, that means the one independent input motion and one independent output motion. A simple example, that is actually the 4 bar mechanism and cam follower mechanism. Cam follower mechanism that I told in last day classes, that is actually the two motions, 2 degree of freedom can also be present here. That means if I put the power source to the cam member, the cam member can rotate, and without cam the word can meaningless, because cam also correlated with follower. So cam rotate and give some motion to the follower, and follower maybe depends on some shape. That shape may be in knife edge type, maybe flat face type, maybe spherical type. So that can be depend on the figure of the follower. So that is basically that more than the 2 degree of freedom can also be get on the cam and follower mechanism. So in that situation, the degree of freedom, one single degree of freedom, one single independent input motion and also input output motion can also be taken in that situation. Now that is actually the figure where the mechanism can also be get in either in constant motion or in unconstrained motion, and that is basically a kinetic chain bar mechanism, and where linkage are also attached, and these are the simple example of the different mechanism. And here the 4 cases are also be there. 2 cases are actually the 2 non-distinct crank rocker inversion, and lower 2 portions are also double crank inversion rocker inversion mechanism. That means the 4 different color where the different type of degree of freedom. That means if you consider the robotic arm, where the robots can be operated smoothly when we put some given when we put a given input, we can get the output value with respect to some time, and also a time variant is very important regarding this robotic arm, and robot can give some output with some degree of freedom, where the degree of freedom is multi-degree of freedom can also be taken during this situation. And some Grasshopp's 4-bar linkage. That means why it is called 4-bar linkage, because here the number of link and the pair cannot be considered here properly, because we just use the 4 linkage. That means link 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 linkage can also be used as a member of the 4-bar linkage, and that is actually properly used with 2 distinct non-distinct crank rocker arm inversion, and it is basically a application of the unconstrained motion, where the motion can be transmitted when the input is given and given a specific direction where output can be taken. Multi-degree of freedom. The sum of the input and output motions DOF is more than the two. So that I told just few seconds ago. In multi-degree of freedom mechanism, the input and output motion, when there are more than the two components, can also get. Now the multi-degree of freedom, more than the one independent input-output motions, more than the one input, more than one independent input and output motions. That example, that the simple example of automobile differential, where the 3D cam mechanism, 5-bar mechanism, all these type of mechanism we can get the multi-degree of freedom. Now if I consider the different angle, that means suppose some angle can be considered during the multi-degree of freedom, because with respect to some angle, without angle, considering the angle, we cannot get the multi-degree of freedom, because the rotation and elements direction is very, very important in the DOF of multifunctional. These are the simple example of multi-degree of freedom, where different types of gear are engaged here in such a combined cases, where the rotation can also given. If I see the first figure, the middle gear, where the just like a bevel gear, which is not moved here, but during the motion of the two sides shaft, the two gears can rotate, and due to the inertia that also be rotate. But in the right hand side figure, the second gear is not rotate. If the first gear, that means from the left hand sides, that gear is rotated, that means that is actually the case of the driver, and due to the driver, the bevel gear with vertical shape, that also rotate, and regarding that point rotate means due to the inertia, the last portion of the left hand side, that gear also be rotated. That means the total angular movement can also be changed with respect to, due to some degree of freedom can used here. So that type of inertia can also be transmitted some motion from the driver to the driven member. That means all the linkage elements can also create some degree of freedom. That degree of freedom is treated just like a multi-degree of freedom. Now the classifications of mechanism, that also we differentiate in the position occupied in space. That means first we can classify the mechanism with respect to some degree of freedom, with respect to some degree of freedom. Now here the mechanism can classified into on the basis of the position occupied in space, and that should be a planar mechanism, spherical mechanism, and spatial mechanism. Planar mechanism, planar motion mechanism, that be mainly physically based on the particles or point of member, which is actually move in parallel plane, and it is a simple example of this type of example, that is actually planar 4-bar mechanism, slider crank mechanism, cam follower mechanism, and the helical gear drives mechanism. These are the simple example of planar mechanism. This is actually the figure of 4-bar rocker arm and the coupler curve mechanism. and here the four portions are also be considered, and locker arm attached at point P. So here the different linkage can also be considered. So just like A, B, C, D, there are the four linkage, and four linkage can also be treated with respect to some rocker crank angle, and the angle can be rotated with respect to the flexible and linkage distance, and linkage can be rotate with respect to some certain angle. Two-stroke engine, it is basically a physical example of two-stroke engine, or the engine figure connected with some rocker arm, and the physical point can also be seen here. And physical point means the physical view can also be seen here, where the piston cylinder, piston rod, and everything can be attached here with respect to the rocker arm. Spherical mechanism. The point maintained in this regard with respect to a common central point with its position and distance can be considered here. Simple example of the spherical mechanism, that is the universal joint bevel gear drive spherical 4-bar mechanism. Here, these are the simple example of spherical gear mechanism. Universal joint, first one is universal joint bevel gear, second one bevel gear mechanism, and also third one is spherical 4-bar mechanism. Third one is spherical 4-bar mechanism. So these are the simple example of the universal joint bevel gear mechanism and also the spherical gear mechanism. So thank you for these classes. That is actually a second class of this subject, kinematics and dynamics of machine. Now next day we have considered with this chapter. We have next day we have discussed about this chapter, and that is basically a introductory a first module of this subject. So that's why some time can also time is needed for that subject, because the first, if your idea is not clear about the first chapter, you cannot study, or you cannot understood properly in this subject. So that's why time is needed for the first chapter. Now let's wait for the third class of this module. Thank you.